Hi folks, Trace Blackmore here, the host of Scaling Up H2O, and I'm going to show you how to augment your organic phosphate testing procedure and also your azole testing procedure so you can use the SteriPen as your UV light source. So you're going to do your procedures exactly the same way with just substituting the SteriPen. I'm going to show you how to do that. Now the first thing I want to make clear is that what we're doing is we're taking the organic phosphate and we are degrading that to the ortho form. So it's very important that you do your ortho test first because you have to subtract that out from the procedure that we're getting ready to do. Otherwise, you're not going to know how much of that final ortho test was originally in the organic form. So that being said, I'm not going to show you that procedure. I am going to show you what you need to do in order to degrade the organic phosphate to orthophosphate so you can test it. Now, in a previous video, which is at scalinguph2o.com/pen video, I show you where you can get all of the items that you need in order to do this. So feel free to go there and watch that. I'm going to assume that you have all the pieces that you need and we're just going to get right into it. So we're going to take our testing vial here and I'm going to pour in 35 milliliters into this sample vial. Now, a couple things. One, you're probably saying, Trace, I've heard you on your show before, and that's not a graduated cylinder. That did not go to college. That's just a sample vial. But folks, it's accurate enough for us to measure out 35 mils, and ish, we'll put the ish on that, and because we're going to take this after we've degraded the organic phosphate, and then we're going to do our orthophosphate test properly. So you're also thinking, well, wait a second, my procedure says we only need 25 mils of sample before we put the persulfate in. So, and you're right, that's one of the changes that we are going to make. We need a little bit more volume in order for these two sensors right here to be able to touch the water because the light source will not come on unless they do. Now, I assure you that there is plenty of persulfate for this reaction. I've tested it many different ways and I've never had an issue, but don't take my word for it. As you know, as a listener of Scaling Up H2O, you know if you have a question, go out and test it for yourself. That's why I'm confident in this, because I've done it, but you haven't, so go ahead and test it for yourself. Through the magic of video, we're going to pretend that I want to put my persulfate in here. And by the way, if you're wondering what this does, in order to degrade the organic phosphate to the ortho form, we have to have high presence of oxygen, and that's what brings that to the party, this right here. And then also we either need to heat this up or we need an ultraviolet light source, and that's where the SteriPen comes in. So this vial holds the SteriPen very nicely. And what I want to do, I'm going to press this button twice and you notice two lights light up, and that means it's ready to sterilize a liter of water. Remember, this was originally made for the hikers and backpackers so they could take water straight out of a stream and sterilize it. We don't use it for that. We just want it to stay on for 90 seconds. Now, it's not coming on until these tines touch the water. So if you look, as soon as it goes in, it will come on. Now that's going to cycle for 90 seconds. Typically, I like to run this through 2 cycles. One of the nice things with the Classic 3 is I don't have to remove this from the water to turn it back on. I just simply need to hit the buttons twice. Now, when this is done, I'm going to go ahead and use this for my orthophosphate test. Now, if you're using the azole test, you're going to do the exact same thing that I just did, but now you're going to pour this off into your sample vial and you're going to read that on your azole test. I hope you found this informative, and any information that you need about these products, again, that's scalinguph2o.com/pen video.